Hello, everybody. This is Card Guy Chris Ellis,
With Collectible Chris.
and we are here to talk to you about.
Week three, our week three results for professional, week four college, and our predictions for the upcoming games, as well as some things that have happened around the wrestling world as of last week. But first off, we'll go ahead and do the results real quick for week three. Dad tied up 8-8 with a solid record, and I actually got the win this week, 9-7. So I'm just one game behind Dad. He's 28-20. So for the season, where I'm 27-21. Niners beat the Giants 30-12, and that was our lock-in pick of the week. Lions got the Falcons 20-6. We were both right on that one. Chargers beat the Vikings 28-24. Cousins another solid performance, but unfortunately couldn't get the job done with the team. Packers barely got the Saints, and I actually chose the Packers on that 18-17. And unfortunately, Derek Carr is day to day. Don't know if he's going to be injured a little bit longer. The Texans beat the Jaguars 37-17 with an upstanding fashion. We both picked the Jaguars, which was upsetting. Dolphins. Dolphins had a monster offensive game. We have chosen a lot of players from the Miami's for our picks of the week with their 70-20 victory. Just an outstanding performance. Can't say nothing bad about it. Browns beat the Titans 27-3. We both picked that. Bills beat the Commanders 37-3. Dad won that pick. I thought Commanders would do more of a fight. Colts versus Ravens. I picked the Colts on that one to win, and they did 22-19. Pats beat the Jets 15-10. We chose the Jets. It actually was a close game, so really not a bad pick overall. Seahawks beat the Panthers 37-27. Not a bad showing by Bryce Young. Actually, his best performance in my opinion. Bears unfortunately had to face the Chiefs. Chiefs beat them 41-10. This is the upset of the season. Cardinals beat the Cowboys 28-16. Steelers beat the Raiders 23-18. And Garoppolo got hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Garoppolo got hurt, and he's also day to day. Eagles beat the Bucks, and we chose the Bucks. Eagles won 25-11. And the Bengals finally got a win over the Rams in a close victory as well. So, players of the week. My player of the week is going to be Tua. He went 23 for 26, 309 yards passing with 4 TDs and no interceptions. Great offensive performance. I can't say nothing bad about it. And that is actually going to go a different player from Miami.
I'm going with Raheem Mostert. He had 13 carries, 82 yards, rushing 3 TDs, 7 catches, 60 yards, and he received for 1.
Rookies of the week, I'm going with another Miami player with the other running back, Devin Achane. 18 carries for 203 yards rushing, which is great for a rookie running back. Best performance from a rookie running back since Jonathan Taylor. 2 TDs, and he also had 4 receptions for 30 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns with that. So just a monstrous performance by Achane.
I went with C.J. Stroud. 20 for 30 for 280 yards passing, 2 TDs, and he rushed for 14 yards. He had a great game.
Oh, yeah.
For the Texans. So,
Can't blame you on that one.
Nope.
Defensively, I'm going to go with the guy with a great showing. I'm going with Myles Garrett, who only had 5 total tackles, 4 solo, 1 assisted, but 3.5 sacks. So, Myles Garrett being Myles Garrett.
Yeah, I'm going with Kyle Hamilton from Baltimore. He had 9 total tackles, 7 solo, 2 assisted, 3 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. So he had a great game.
Monstrous games from a lot of people, especially the rookies. So, really cannot take anything bad about it. But college football, I was hoping for some upsets. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. I went 6-3 this week, which brought me 24-4. Dad went 8-1, so he's 26-2 for the season. So I'm only behind by 2 now. Michigan beat Rutgers 31-7. Florida State barely beat Clemson 31-24. Oregon whipped Colorado. There's no sugarcoating it. And unfortunately, his son is not doing well Also, so hopefully he recovers soon. 42-6. Texas beat Baylor 38-6. Was a good game at the first half. Penn State beat Iowa 31-0. Oh, this was your game of the weekend. It was a great game, and we both went with Notre Dame. And unfortunately, they lost literally in the last 2 seconds. So where Ohio State beat them 17-14.
Yep.
Georgia beat UAB 49-21. Washington beat California 59-32.
Yeah.
USC was close and actually losing this game until the third quarter. The State did a good fight, but USC came up 42-28. My pick of the week was Ole Miss versus Bama. Bama came out of it 24-10, and yeah, I'm still upset about that. All right, so week 4 predictions with Thursday Night Football. We got the Lions versus the Packers at Lambeau.
I'm going with the Lions.
You're going with the Lions. It's at Lambeau. I'm kind of worried about it. Love's doing great. Lions, to me, have the better defense, and I think Goff needs to. He beat the Packers all last game of the season last season, and he wants to beat them again. So I'm going with the Lions as well. Falcons versus Jaguars.
Jags need to win this game, so I'm gonna pick Jacksonville on it.
Okay, fair enough. With me, I don't know because Falcons are actually playing really good football. Their running game's outstanding. Lawrence is just having trouble when he shouldn't because he has some of the best wide receivers and a great tight end. This is a must-win for the Jags, but I'm going with the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Rams versus Colts.
I like the Colts in this game.
You like the Colts? Stafford had a monstrous week 1, and then he fell apart. So I don't know what's up. Cup's not producing the way he should. I'm going with the Colts. Ravens versus Browns.
I like the Browns' defense, but the offense scares me in not producing them because that's going to be a good defensive game.
Yeah.
Is it Cleveland? I'll pick Cleveland.
You're picking Cleveland? Okay. So our second disagreement, I'm going with the Ravens mainly because I do not want Watson beating Lamar. I just think Lamar is talented and is in less trouble. So I'm going with Lamar. 0-3 versus 0-3. Vikings versus Panthers in Carolina.
I'm going to pick the Vikings.
This is seriously a must-win. None of the losses is Kirk's fault. Kirk has had great performances every single week.
Yeah.
Jefferson has had great performance every single week. It's the defense. And honestly, both teams has horrible defenses. Still tough to choose this. I'm going with the Vikings just because if the Vikings lose this, they lose the whole division already.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. I'm going with Vikings. Bengals versus Titans.
I'm going Bengals.
Bengals finally won one. I think Joe is going to have his confidence up, so I'm going with Bengals as well.
It's his early struggles now are over. Go. it's regular Bengal football now, I think.
Bucks versus Saints in New Orleans.
That's going to be interesting because if Carter's not playing,
Winston is, and Winston has not done bad at all. Winston's been good.
Yeah.
And Baker will have that chip on his shoulder a little bit.
You know what? I think I'm going to pick with the Bucks, even though I think the Saints might probably pull it out at home. But I'm going.
Either way, whoever's playing for the Saints, they're gonna want to do a good home victory. I'm going with the Saints. So our third disagreement. Dolphins versus Bills.
I think this is going to be the Dolphins' first real test, and it's in Buffalo. I don't think the Bills are going to play as bad as Denver. So I'm actually going to pick the Bills at home.
We got another disagreement. I'm going with the 3-0 Dolphins. So I just think Tua is just playing.
Oh, believe me, I would love to go with the Dolphins and say that they're going to win this game, but
it's tough because this is a divisional game, and it's really a test of Tua against a really good top six defense, but Tua's Madden level right now, honestly. So like, it's hard to go against Tua with the fastest guys
Well, he
in
is
all
the-
of NFL.
Well, he is the top player of the week in Madden for
Yeah.
the team of the week. So I mean,
Yeah, it's just tough. It really is. Oh, the next game was funny. 0-3 Broncos versus 0-3 Bears.
well, supposedly I think Chicago bench Fields. I think for this game.
Who's the backup? Oh wait, it's Walker, PJ Walker, right?
I think so.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. Walker's not a bad quarterback,
So
and Walker can actually run and protect the ball.
yeah. So it's going to be an interesting game. I hate to say this, but I think I'm gonna go with the Broncos in this game, just because they can't play any worse than they did last week. So
Did you see the interview with Williams, the offensive tackle that said,
Yeah.
"I've been here 7 years and I hate losing."
yeah,
I'm going with the Broncos just because of that.
it'd probably be the only game I picked the Broncos to win.
Yeah.
But
Next game is a divisional game, and it's the 3-0 Eagles versus the 2-1 Commanders.
yeah, I'm not gonna blame last week on Sam Howell too much because they just the offensive line was just getting destroyed. But I think the Eagles are gonna win this game just because both defensive lines are really good.
Yeah,
But I just think the Eagles got more of a power offense than the Commanders on defense.
they do, and Eagles are just a young defensive team that knows how to go at it. I mean, Carter's having the time of his life right now, and Jordan Davis is having a good sophomore year. So I'm going with the Eagles just because of their defense, but it would not shock me if the Commanders come back and win it in the fourth quarter.
No, it wouldn't shock me if it wouldn't shock me if this is a low scoring game either, and both defenses are just playing out of their mind.
Probably about like 2017 score, basically.
Oh yeah, not 14-13, but 2017.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah,
The next one's going to be interesting. Steelers versus Texans.
that is going to be a good game. I think. I mean, C.J. Stroud's playing great. I mean, they got their first win, which was very very exciting to see, especially in Jacksonville where that shouldn't have happened. Jacksonville has a way better team, I think, than that. But
And Pickett's playing conservatively, which he should have done in the first place.
yeah,
So,
they
like,
got a dual-headed running attack right now.
yeah.
So I think I'm gonna say Steelers in this game.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans won.
Same here, and that's why I'm guess. This one is another flip coin, honestly. So I'm going with Texans just because their first win was off the road, so they want to push and get their first home win in a while. So I'm going with the Texans on this one. This next game is another divisional one: Raiders versus Chargers. And this is gonna be a good one.
I'm gonna pick Chargers.
Every single time we choose the Chargers, they lose, and once we go against them, they win. So it's a toss-up. If Jacobs is not producing the way he is, and that defense is just being how it always is,
Yeah,
I'm going with the Chargers due to the fact that their defense actually has held up on third down. So I'm actually choosing the Chargers. The next one, I'm kind of afraid after last week.
nah, I would
Cardinals versus Niners.
Niners to win this game.
You
They are the same point favorite though that
the Dallas
was. So they're 12.5 point favorites. So
Here's the thing.
I don't.
Yeah, last week it was in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're
Also, the 49ers, I'm not going to say that the three missing linemen were why the Cowboys lost,
yeah.
because they should have won. It doesn't matter. They could have had JV offensive linemen still beat the Cardinals, but they didn't.
Okay, Niners and Cowboys basically are first and second defense.
Well,
Really?
the Cowboys dropped a little bit due to last week's game. So
Agreed, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of afraid of that. But Purdy, to me, is a more consistent quarterback just because of how much weapons he has. But after saying that, Cowboys have weapons too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So this is a divisional game. It's going to be close. I'm just afraid that the Niners' first loss is going to be Arizona too, but I'm still going to pick the Niners. So, I got to go with Niner pride on this one. Pats versus Cowboys in Dallas.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys. I don't think they're going to play as bad.
I'm going with the Cowboys just because the Pats are just bad, and honestly, them against the Jets, it was just whatever. Chiefs versus Jets.
Oh, I'm going Chiefs in this one.
This is my lockdown pick of the week. I'm going Chiefs, especially Kelsey being back. Oh yeah, that's a different team. This next game is gonna be actually exciting, especially how the G-men have been pulling it out. Seahawks versus Giants.
I want Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks too, but it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a dang good game. So we disagreed on 3 games this week, huh?
Yep.
Yep, 3 games. No. 4 games.
Okay.
4 games this week. Okay. Cool. All right. Week 5 college football. And we got a lot of good ones. And I actually got my game of the week already picked out. So, number 10, Utah versus number 19, Oregon State.
I'm going Utah.
Utah's quarterback is just great right now. And, why did I do that? I'm going with Utah as well. Number 6, Penn State versus Northwestern.
Penn State.
I'm going with Penn State as well. Number 8, USC versus Colorado. Colorado no longer ranked because of their loss in Oregon, and
I'm going USC.
Colorado also lost their quarterback, so yeah, USC as well. Hopefully the first true test against Georgia. Number 1, Georgia versus Auburn.
It's probably going to be their first true test, but Georgia's going to win.
I do agree with that. I mean, number 24, Kansas versus number 3, Texas.
I'm going Texas in that one.
Oh, yeah, you better go for Texas right here. Honestly, this is more of a basketball rivalry, but we're going to see some dang good football. This one is going to be another good one. Number 2, Michigan versus Nebraska.
I'm going Michigan on that one.
I mean, Michigan is just too dang good right now. Harbaugh's doing great with that team. Number 9, Oregon versus Stanford.
Going Oregon.
Going Oregon? All right, same here as well. Number 7, Washington versus Arizona.
I'll go Washington.
I have to agree with Washington on that one, too.
So we agree on every pick.
My game of the week this week is actually gonna be a good one in my opinion. I'm going.
I have to agree. I think Notre Dame Duke will be.
And Notre Dame only dropped to 11, which is not bad. And they're facing numbers.
A lot.
Yeah, agreed. And they're going against number 17 Duke. This is gonna be Duke's first true test for sure. I mean, they faced basically nobody's, and I mean they done well though. I mean, both them and UNC have thoroughly surprised me this season. Notre Dame should not do as bad. I think they're gonna coach very well. This is gonna be a tough game. I still think Notre Dame will pull through. I'm saying that mainly because of my UNC roots. I really cannot say Duke, but if Duke wins, it would not surprise me.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think this is going to be a good game. Notre Dame is going to want to put their will against Duke, even though it is at Duke, right?
Yeah, it's at Duke.
Okay, so it's not a neutral site.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, Duke's going to want to, battle for the home crowd, and Notre Dame's going to want to get that close loss out of their mind. So, should be a really good game.
Oh yeah, I thoroughly agree.
Yep.
All right, so last week was Black Wednesday and Black Friday for the WWE. The McMahon family is no longer in charge. It is now the dang company that runs it. A lot of good talents that have been let go because of it. I'm still mad in the fact that Ziggler is gone, so is Shelton Benjamin. A lot of guys that literally stayed with the company is losing their job because of it. And the Riddle situation has a little bad taste in my mouth, mainly because Dana White really doesn't like Riddle ever since The Ultimate Fighter. So I got my own opinions about it. The best thing I've seen so far, though, is Mansoor's video being let go. Have you seen it?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
He's holding his baby, literally doing the weight, and he describes himself, and he says that, basically the ending. He says, "Starting December 20th, I'll be doing kids' birthday parties and making guest appearances." So, Mansoor to me is the funniest, and it kind of showed his actual talent a little bit, being outside of the model thing. But he never regretted doing the model thing with Mace because he said he got to do it with his best friend. He had the time of his life. I just feel bad that Mansoor really did not get the push he deserved. I mean, and that's the same with a lot of talents. I mean, Aaliyah had the tag title, at least. Emma really never gets any freaking time at all. Ziggler will land anywhere, whether it be AEW or New Japan. I would rather see him in New Japan against Will Ospreay at least one time in my life. But what are your opinions about it?
I mean, we knew releases were going to happen, but some of the releases didn't make sense to me. Especially since they dropped a lot of names and saved, I guess we're saving all that money to get Cargill, which they signed.
Yeah.
So
And already made her NXT appearance.
yep. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a WWE thing. It always happens that way
Yeah.
for them. I mean, this new company's no different. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think some might get hired back. So, like other times, but I think it'd be good for a lot of people to try other places to see, what they can do there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, okay, she's good.
yeah. So, yeah. I mean, what else you got?
Any Legends contracts you're kind of worried about at this time? Because, like, Undertaker had his Legends contract. A lot of people that work backstage has a Legends contract that help out.
Well, I
with
know the
production.
Dudley Boys have one.
Yeah, they do. And Dudley Boys had their match on the 1000th episode of Impact. It was actually a good match. Surprised that Devon actually did it. But it was good, and especially since he jumped off the top rope and did the "What's up?" So, but,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about the Legends contracts. Those are the ways to keep those guys, involved whenever they need them. So, plus it gives them the rights to do merchandising and stuff like that, basically.
yeah.
So, plus they don't stop other guys doing other things, really. They don't tell, So,
I mean, they got the 90 days for to not work with another company before after termination, basically.
yeah. So,
And that's the date, December 20th, because Mansoor did that on his video. So,
yeah.
I just feel bad for some of the ones that's in NXT that kind of already lost their job.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't care if they're enhancement talent or not. If they're homegrown through the Performance Center, give them a chance.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just me.
Well, they got other avenues now.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Will, because are we now seeing like territory bases now between wrestling companies, because New Japan is New Japan, so they're isolated. WWE is still New York, and we'll say AEW is basically Florida. So are we like almost in a territorial basis now? Because I mean, we got Impact too. We got Ring of Honor that is part of AEW, but I mean, it's still an off branch.
yeah, I mean, you got New Japan, you got other wrestling around the world.
Yeah, AAA in Mexico.
Yeah.
Crap, I
You
forgot.
got
about that.
you got several in the States. You got Hog, and you got
And you also got wrestling schools that also do
Yeah.
their own promotions, like Booker, Dustin.
Yeah.
So,
you just gotta look at it as saying, I don't think we'll ever get to the tutorial days where everything was branched off, but you could almost call it like a major tutorial well, not necessarily in a way for bidding for talent, or trying to get talent.
Almost like almost like a recruitment.
Yeah,
Okay, I see it like that.
because there's no longer one big person to go with.
Yeah,
I mean, even though WWE will probably always be considered the big time,
yeah.
but there's times when WWE has floundered and could use competition, you know.
I'm
And now they got competition, kind of. I mean,
well when I think of this, like, to me, New Japan is the competition because AEW now feels like '90s WCW. I mean, they're signing all the older WWE talent, where WCW signed the older WWF talent.
yeah,
They got guys from all around the world come in, making special appearances and all that.
yeah.
But in like, they're trying to do open challenges now, and to me, it's getting redundant.
Well, the open challenge thing is kind of all in. I mean, the one they did in England,
Yes.
they had a pay per view the next following week.
Yeah.
It's kind of dumb.
Agreed.
All in should have been called like an all star like thing, where it wasn't a part of like storylines. It should have been like, we're gonna put all star matches together for the fans,
Yeah.
And then, well, the following pay per view will be like a week, like all our storylines that we've been working on.
Right.
So that's what probably should. I think that's what, in hindsight, there was an all star pay per view.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, we got these guys. We got Ospreay facing Jericho. We got, this and that. We got Sting in England with Darby tagging. And you got all these other things going on. So, I mean, it's just the wrestling business. How it goes. It's just.
I mean, I'm just worried that we're gonna start losing like good talent to where they should not be lost. And Ziggler was definitely one of the biggest hits, and I just think the Riddle situation is kind of messed up because I mean he hasn't been convicted of the allegations. He hasn't been put on trial. Dana White just hates him. And you can just see season 3 of The Ultimate Fighter if you want to on YouTube. I mean, yes, Riddle does weed. We can see it in freaking promo sometimes. It's okay. Riddle is just Riddle. He's good in the ring. He's professional about it. And like with him against Rollins, he did quality matches.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Riddle. Could he ease up on the lifestyle? Yes, but is he actually a good character, a good wrestler, a good entertainer? Yes, that's one of the best talents you got on the roster. But
I think it kind of hurt that Randy was hurt as long as he was, or as long as he is right now.
I really don't think he's hurt anymore.
Well, he's not hurt, but several doctors have told him to retire.
Yeah.
So he's kind of in a rock and a hard place. I think that took a lot of momentum because them as a tag team was really good. I mean, they were just, it's just one of those things. He put two guys that are totally not like each other. I mean, not as in people, but you got two characters that are totally different.
Opposites.
Yeah, one's a serious, I'm gonna bite your head off type anti-hero versus Ziggler, who's like, I'm not Ziggler, but Riddle, who doesn't have a care in the world, doesn't care,
The Alpha Academy trivia.
Yeah.
Team Hell No. What do I say about it? I'm going to Disneyland. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that just entered my mind when you said the opposite. So I'm like, Daniel Bryan, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought that tag team would have worked out?
I mean, think about it. Little guys with big guys make sense. I mean, you have freaking Owen Hart with Yokozuna.
Yeah, that's true.
You've had Hurricane and Kane. that kind of works. You had Hurricane and X-Pac. Kane and X-Pac. I mean,
Yeah.
big guys with little guys, I mean, it works. Batista and Ray, I mean...
Yeah. So, but, yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. It's
Yeah.
wrestling.
It's wrestling, yeah. All right. That's all I got for today. I really didn't have a small game. So.
Okay. Yesterday, baseball lost the Hall of Famer in the great third baseman, the human vacuum cleaner from the Baltimore Orioles, Brooks Robinson. He passed away yesterday. So keep his family and the Orioles organization in your thoughts and prayers. Great baseball man. Great to the fans. A legend. There's a great picture of him with all his gold gloves on a baseball field at third base with him kneeling with them and everything. That's really cool. I'm sure you can find old video on YouTube or any of the sites to find some Brooks Robinson stuff. Great guy, great ball player, Hall of Famer. Number retired, one of those. I mean, Cal Ripken looked up to him as a baseball player. So on that note, I got nothing else. CJ's got collectible. Chris, you got anything other than your birthday? So yes, it is my son's birthday. So
yeah, I turned 28 today.
Yep.
So I had to work. Really didn't have any plans. I got my best friend doing a birthday bash for me tonight, so I got me some drinks. I got a lot of sweets, and we're just playing poker tonight. I'm just gonna relax tomorrow since I'm off. Go down and eat at a pizza buffet down 45 minutes off from where I'm at, just because I want some cookie pizza, good old fashioned cookie pizza. And they also make a very good Oreo cheesecake pizza too. So I'm looking forward to that. I just want to thank everyone that's told me happy birthday today, from friends, family, and even some co-workers at work when they found out. And I forgot Walmart kind of post down the dang app. So yeah, I had a lot of people telling me happy birthday.
All right. So there you go. So everybody, this is Card Guy Chris Ellis.
With Collectible Chris.
Yes, and go hit those big John Robinson cards. Go get them. Okay. And we'll be talking to you next week. Bye.